Hello, parents. This is Mr. Andy Hansen from Hillcrest High School. If you're reviewing this video, it's very likely that I have one of your students in my freshman English class right now. The purpose of this video is I want to introduce you to what the students are doing for their last unit, in part because I think it's important for them to have some home support, and also in part because I think it's important you know what they're doing in my class. So, we are reading The Life of Pi, and we're already a few days in, but we have several more to go. A few things just to start here. Each day the students are likely to have a few pages of reading. We read probably about 30 minutes in class, and that leaves them probably a few pages left to read at home. So, it'll be a rare occurrence that they don't have to read at least a little bit. If they happen to forget their books at school, I have electronic copies here and the audio files if they do better with listening and reading at the same time. In addition to ensure that they do their reading and read carefully, I've been administering just a short quiz each day that are 5 points. And I do expect that those are done in class unless I otherwise specify. Okay, so for their main jobs, we have what are called lit circles, and the purpose of lit circles is to help them learn to analyze a piece of literature in numerous ways. So there's 15 jobs that they will be doing that goes along with each of the 15 reading cycles that we have. And this is where they can find their lit job each day. Now, just to save the identity and protection of some of my students, I have not put their actual names here. But let's say, for instance, that your student's name is James. So they're going to be on slot number 1. Each day that we have a reading, they have a specific job that they need to do. Okay, so introduction through 5, which we've already gotten through, their job would be to summarize those chapters. And there's specific things that they need to do, and I'll show you where you can find the specifics on those. Chapter 6 through 11, their job is to find a symbol. It doesn't necessarily mean that the object is a symbol in the story, but to think of an object and discuss symbolic components and how that might help us analyze the story. They have what's called Purpose Finder, where they think about why is the author including this, and they do a little analysis on that. And the rest of these, there's an explanation associated with all of them, which I'll show you momentarily. But that's kind of the idea. They move horizontally across the page. I've had a few students who try to move down, and you can see that these jobs don't match. They would eventually do all of them if they did that, but this is meant to match with the reading, so they go across this way. This is the document where they can find their specific job. So summarizer, you can see it matches with the color right here, questioner right there. And on many of these I have specific examples, so like the questions, these are the sort of questions I'll be looking for. Recall is not a great one, so those are examples. Illustrator, setting setter. If each day they read and they look at their specific job, they'll know what they need to do and how they need to do it. And where they put their jobs, each student will have access to this document, and they should be filling it out here. So let's say their first job is questioner, so they just write that, or they can do question, and then they start writing their half-page summary, which needs to be double-spaced. And that is what they do for me every day. And each class, some of them will share some of their insights, and that kind of builds on our discussion. But whether they share or not, they all need to participate in the lit circles. Here is a schedule of each of our readings. It's expected that they have their reading completed before class so they can be ready for the quiz and our discussion. And then this is the reading in case they happen to be gone, so they know what they can read, while they're at home. We have Life of Pi questions that we will also discuss in class that they can fill out, and usually we'll just do these in class. We also have a listing of projects here that we do, which they have an evening to do. These are not meant to take very long. They're pretty short, but these will all help make a connection to the Life of Pi, and then of course our final project. And that is kind of a quick rundown of what we are doing right now. If any of you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you very much.